in the midst of where people live. Because if you watch, you see vehicles. I even saw something like a filling station around there. So you see contradictions of living within such a volatile environment. It's very obvious. And so when you have that burst and then you still have that hose of gas out, it's a question of seconds. What will happen will happen. And believe me, I didn't even see people running away when that burst took place until the disaster that consumed unspecified. That's 15 they gave us. I'm sure they must have reason to 30 because they counted cops and counted 15. They're not talking about those who died later in the hospital because the fire was massive.
Massive, yes.
Exactly. So it will be important to know the actual update of victims, those who are injured, those who are burnt. We need to know so that the impact of the thing will be properly assessed, and as Nigerians we now know what is happening to us because of complexity of government. Pipelines for gas, for petrol is 100% NNPC responsibility. It's NNPC responsibility. So NNPC should be held responsible for poor management of pipelines. There's no other person that will share that responsibility with NNPC. If NNPC tries to clear the right of way of pipelines and there is resistance, they should have been raising alarm. If you enter Port Harcourt here, you will see those things around neighborhoods.
Yes.
I saw with myself, this is a pipeline carrying petrol. They say, yeah, why are people living around here? It's all over. Hello, go and see. You see these things.
Very close. Like what? I know it's supposed to be 50 meters on each side or something.
Even at Elios here, there's a pipeline that passed through Elios here. Mechanics are working on top of the pipeline.
Yes.
So once there's explosion,
They are finished.
Well, maybe because nothing is passing through those pipelines.
No, there are lifelines now.
How?
What are you're not producing anything?
No, the point I'm making is this. Now that this kind of thing has happened, if it requires paying people off compensation, because land is a big issue in Nigeria, whatever it will take to clear these environments of possible explosion and people dying, can we now use this as the beginning of taking steps, including looking at the relevant laws, like Barrister here is saying, so that it doesn't happen again. You know, if you go to, I don't like using US because when I say US, people will think I'm joking. This kind of things, they can hardly happen now in the US because the areas where pipeline, they are virtually not uninhabitable by law. You don't go to those places. I never saw tankers carrying fuel to filling station. They are piped underground, so the issue of it has blown, it has not blown, does not arise. And this one, you go and see huge pipes close to where people are washing cars, where people are doing this. It explodes, kills people. You say you are sending up is it condolence? What kind of message is that? That is an irrelevant message. Because we killed those people. Collectively we killed because now we are raising
by ignorance.
We are raising this because they have died. After now, we come to studio, we discuss that we are not going to do a follow-up to know. Let people call in. If you are living in a pipeline area, call in. Raise alarm. If you are driving past where you see pipeline and not living there, call in, make a raise alarm. So the relevant officers will know that people are becoming vigilant. This thing requires vigilance. You know Lagos is already overcrowded.
Yes.
There's overpopulation already in Lagos.
True.
Exactly. So they need to move people towards Ogun State, move people towards Badagry area. Anywhere there is pipeline, can this now force Lagos State government to do the needful? Do the needful. Observe the range of distance between pipes and where people are living. One death is painful enough. Do you know America can go to war because of one person you killed?
True.
That's as serious as what individuals and citizens mean to us. But here 20 died, 30 died, 40 died. We send message, it doesn't mean anything to us. Heads will not roll. Arrest will not be made. It's painful. Let's for once see whether we can correct some of these things that show that we're backward people.
All right. Well, it's 11 minutes sorry, it's 11 o'clock. So it's time for you to be part of the conversation. I would like you to call in. First, we spoke about, the letter Oshomole wrote addressing the issues concerning the APC now, and said this was done by people who are seeking to distract the president from governance, and also said that it was wrong for them to have gone to court. They should have understood that internal democracy must first play out within the party. He said those who were behind this were only interested in 2023, which he believes, well, yet again, it's too early. And then we spoke about the gas pipeline explosion in us. Will I get your thoughts on that? The need to get those who allow that to happen be punished. For me particularly, it's for the urban planners, those who are in charge of getting land and people to dwell there, to live there. I mean, there's even a school there. So where does the policy of government come to play out in allocating land for residential areas? And who gets to, continually oversee the fact that we've got a hotline this way, and this will endanger lives, and continue to protect that line. So it has to be a continual check. It's not it's there. So 10 years later, nobody has gone to find out if people have encroached into the lands that they ought not to. So who are those who are in charge of all of that? And how are we punishing them so that tomorrow everybody understands the responsibility they bear, and that we don't fail ourselves once more? I understand that there is a reverend sister who did all she could to save the children in the school. She died. She was able to save as much as she did, but she eventually did die. She shouldn't have. Should we have government who was doing the proper things? We mentioned the fact that Lagos has an issue of population explosion, and more people are pouring into Lagos every day. And anywhere told that they can build and reside, they will buy up. So, I wonder why anybody, too, who knows that there is a pipeline running around that path would decide to build there. But I don't know why I'm even worried. The other day I saw... but I think this is a retail seller of gas. They get it in bigger cylinders, then they bring it around to their stores and then resell into the smaller cylinders. And they did that very close to a residential area. And I didn't see anybody bothered. It just seemed okay. In fact, they were like, thank God they're even close to us now. We don't have to go all the way to go and deal with gas exhausting in the cylinder. We just need to just take a turn around the building and he's there. And I said, so what happens if there's an explosion? Do we understand how volatile?
It doesn't matter to Nigeria.
The substance.
The Nigeria has reached a stage that some people died. Yes, so long as you are okay, you are still alive, and then you talk about those who died. Now, if it happens to you, and others will talk about it. See, it's a surprise. I don't understand.
It's a shame.
If we have a good government policy.
There are good government policies as it is now. It's implementation that's the problem. All right, 0810-951-0951 or 0817-00000951. You get us in the studio with that number. Send us your thoughts by sending SMSs or WhatsApp to 07019339962. SMSs and WhatsApp only to 07019339962. And don't forget that you can tweet at us. Our Twitter handle is @TodayFM951. @TodayFM951. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Auntie Anne. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Okay, it's NDBC calling from Port Harcourt.
NDBC, go ahead.
I want to comment for two this thing. Number one is the concern Adam Soshomole. I see Adam Soshomole like God send in FPC because the man is doing good job, great job in their party. More especially the one doing
in their party. So you're not even in the party. By the way, you said that.
No, I'm not FPC.
Yeah, not. But then you think he's doing great in that party.
Yes.
Which party do you belong to?
I don't belong to any party.
Oh no, yes you do. You do belong. In the Busi, you belong to a party. Come on now. Don't allow the devil use you.
It's a concept. I see as a concept in that party. The man is a great man. I love it. and another one I want to consider this bombing or explosion in Lagos.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are individuals. We are the cause of everything. Sometimes we see a human being. We see under high tension. they will go and buy land and build house. This one, I go to Rumomasi, you know Rumomasi, that will use street. You will see. You don't need to, they just save your people that Rumomasi use street. That big high tension, that one that have big, you will see people being under this thing. Very risky. That's my own contribution. Thank
All right,
you.
then. Thank you very much. Got your thoughts there. Hello, today 95.1. Do send your thoughts to 0701933969 via WhatsApp or text messages. And then tweet at us. Our Twitter handle is at TodayFM951. At TodayFM951. And of course, you can also call us by dialing 0817 00951 or 0810 9510951. All right, so in the case for Omalado, I mean, I don't know, they've already gotten the report from the appeal court. The appeal court is supposed to make a pronouncement today on his day of execution. We'd like to see what goes on with that. I don't think there's any update as regards to that then. But in any which case, that could change, the events of what goes on in the APC. If the Court of Appeal says, he should stay the execution. Hello, of the High Court.
Hello, and good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Mr. Bright from Remibo.
Mr. Bright from Remibo. Good to have you. Go ahead.
Yes. In the case of Oshiomhole and what Tinubu said, Tinubu got it right. Oshiomhole have always maintained it's not the problem of APC. The problem of APC is the attitude of Nigerian politicians who do not politic with moral and with honesty. He inherited problems, and he is dealing with people who call themselves leader. Although he has also got himself into that same politics in which they are capitalizing on now to work against him in the case of what is doing in Edo. Nigerian politicians have sold their conscience. Anybody blaming Oshiomhole for what happened in River State is someone who does not encourage peaceful coexistence and tolerance in his in a gathering. The two persons who had the problem in Rivers were two persons who were supposed to have looked back and found out where they were coming from, what they had enjoyed together and what they had done, and shielded their sword. But because they were not people who can what escalated in River State, if the both of them had suffered what they suffered at Rumola, under Mbu, if they had suffered all those things and then had treated each other and then found themselves in that they could not look back and say, we have gone a long way. Okay, let's not. But they fought to the end, and you were blaming Oshiomhole. Did he create the problem? Was it the one that will go in the minds of these warring parties and then let them understand that there is need to shit, so there is need to make sacrifice? The problem of Nigeria APC is because Nigerian politicians want to get it all and whatever. Now, in the case of Bayelsa, we're talking about leader. Even though Oshiomhole had screened the deputy, and the leader of Bayelsa APC, Timothy Silva, was not in support of screening that man out, what would have Oshiomhole done? Are we not looking at Silva?
So are we saying Oshiomhole has no powers then, even as APC chairman?
He did not. He does not, because what matters in Nigerian politics, random politics, is that stakeholders of the state decide what happens, not even the president. The president would... Okay, let me give you an example of what happened in the River State. Stakeholders in Ogoni.
Unfortunately, we don't have that much time, but we got your thoughts on the issue here this morning. Thank you. We've already exhausted 2 minutes allotted to you. And this here says, hello, Annie, what has Chimenem done to you that you don't want his mic to talk? I'm sure that's what you mean by your TOKE, to talk. I didn't do anything to his mic. Daniel from Uzoba says, I've said it before and I'm saying it again. Come 2023, Abba Kerry and Ganduje will become the party's presidential and vice presidential candidate. Oshiomhole and others are just making empty noise while the real thing is being done on the ground. Pour off, it's unfortunate you don't know this. Any no talk, mediation, etc. can save a drowning APC from total collapse. It's already in the morgue. i.e. Chebeke from McBareland. He says this aim. Can APC survive this coronavirus that has infected it? I wish it whatever it wishes itself. Mr. Law. And Prof, once again, you've disappointed your teaming fans by Magnus. Call them rebels.
I didn't hear
no,
that.
he didn't. I didn't hear him.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that.
Jerry from Alu must have heard something different. Annie, take heart, please, and be careful to avoid high blood pressure because of APC in 2023 in Mahui. Okay.
I remember.
I don't know, but I would take heart. In any which case, I like to take heart, so he hasn't said a bad thing there. Annie, please tell APC members to utilize their energy to fight. Not push. Send that in from Patana. And another here says, it is only out of fear that will make people to praise the PDP convention, confirming why I personally believe that people challenge Amechi because he does not play violent politics. Come to think of it, who bought forms? Who campaigned? What was the account number with which the forms were purchased from? Chief Loveday, answer me.
I paid
Mr.
for my
Webb.
form when I contest for when I was a member of the State Executive Council. I paid for my form personally. I bought my form. I paid for my form. I have a copy of it.
Did people contest for the congresses?
As at then, before when things were done in a normal way. So before.
But this one was not done in a normal way.
The party was taught a company now at an enterprise.
No, we're talking about PDP congresses that held on Saturday.
PDP congresses? Normal thing now. Did you hear of any rank?
Where did they buy forms from?
From party secretariat now.
And who campaigned? Where were they campaigning?
Did you go to the wards?
At the what? Even yesterday, that's at yesterday.
The campaign started when?
I don't know.
It's a question I'm asking the person.
The campaign started 14 days before the Congress, based on the rule and regulation of the party.
14 days before.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, all. The president sending heartfelt messages to the victims and the bereaved family for me was justify why many will go on the people's tweet losing their loved ones to advertise their business, meaning the human life no more means anything to Nigerians because death has become our daily news. God remains great. This is from Cooper. He says the president talking wasn't even direct from his mouth, rather from his media aide. Who knows if his media aide was only doing that in mute of president who doesn't care about security and safety of his citizens. Shame. You know, there are things like this that, I actually feel, and I would want the president to be more humane in his actions here. Of course, usually when the media aides or office puts out a word like this, you expect that is what the principal is saying. But there are issues that happen like this, and you expect a more direct response from the person who's supposed to be your leader, your president, or heading that community. Somebody said, you know what, I can bet you the president wouldn't go to Lagos, and if they did, I would do so and so. I was even thinking that was too far an approach to take. What if the president will suddenly appear there? And he told me, he said, Annie, nope, it will not happen.
Sure.
I don't know. Anyways, Annie, for me, if Adams Oshomole eventually survives the storm, his continued stay in APC as chairman will cause more harm than good, because those that are against him will not stop working against him. And in that turn, will continue to tear APC apart. I know he should bow out to save APC. Or Gidi Casey, you sent that in. Good morning to you all. I'm a Berry engineer from Pataka. The issues of pipeline explosion in Nigeria is preventable, but some individuals, due to big eyes and hunger for money, buy and sell land close to the pipeline. Madam Annie, tell Oyibo chairman to please speed up at Mbano Camp Road. Some drivers are driving James Bond. Let them do it fast to save school children and adult lives at that road. Good morning, the Quest crew, talking about the ability of our people to obey rules and regulations earmarked by government. Our educational system should be organized in such a way that people learn in school will appeal to their consciences and conduct. It's also wrong to say Nigerians do not care about what happens around them. Some of us do care, but the question is, how do we make our views hackened to? Thanks. This is Thornton in Port Harcourt. Good morning, Today 95.1 FM.
Good morning, Annie.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
CS Lepene on the line.
Great to have you. Go ahead.
Let me start by saying that Adams Osomole has failed morally, administratively, and politically. And these are the three key things that would have made him to stand out as a viable, strong national chairman of this party. The same thing is accusing the other leaders, is the same thing he's doing in his own state. So morally he has failed. If you are saying that you will not listen to any strong leader in the state, you must politically ensure that that leader is defeated in that state. You should be able to ensure that wherever there is discordance in any state, let there be peace. Bring warring factions, harmonize them. Let there be unity. Let there be cohesion in any state for them to win. You can't be sitting there in Abuja as a national chairman and virtually almost all the chapters of the party. There is war everywhere. Adams Osomole, for the sake of peace in this party, he should wholly respectfully bow out.
Okay. Got your thoughts. Sir. Thank you so much. Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Hello, Annie.
Hi, good to have you.
Good morning, Chief Ndukwe and the guests in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Sam from Goji. You see, I have listened very carefully. The truth is that they are just blaming Adams for Shomole. But Adam is not to be blamed, in as much as Oyegu has ignited all this crisis. Although the president is my right man, but Mr. President should be blamed for everything that is happening in APC because he's not a politician. Let me tell you the truth. If you look at here in River State, Adams Osomole wanted to salvage the last minute, whereby he began to say, let them redo new Congress. Because he waited for the president. The president has so much power as the leader. When crisis is going on like this, the president can call those people together and tell this person step down. That person can really obey the president. But you know what Mr. President said that give Magnus and his group morale here in the state, that everybody have right to go to court if they feel they are agreed, and the Magnus have they now press their button. You also saw Mr. President again, even when Saraki was coming up to become Senate President.
Right.
Instead of Mr. President should have called Saraki to calm down. He said any person that he made, he will work with the president. And Saraki to continue to press his button. Even when this man saw it at the last minute, let us deceive this Saraki. On that day, they now sent a memo that Mr. President wanted to talk to them. When the Saraki knew that it was not Mr. President, they refused to go and they went ahead and they make him.
All right, then. We got you.
The president has been the one who has.
It's not Osomole, it's the president. We got your thoughts on that. Thank you very much. Annie, it's unfortunate that this has occurred again. I remembered in 2018, June, I was in Lagos then. I was at work that day when a bang occurred just opposite the gate of the school that suffered a great casualty. I was told a lot died at the school. So unfortunate. I suggest that all buildings should be cleared and sanction those responsible. Good morning, Annie. I want to tell you in very simple terms, Ashomole is gone. Father Mbaka can attest to this fact. Darlington from Mokrika, okay. So we should all go to Father Mbaka now to ask him. On Okporo Road, my artillery, Abar Road, indigents have constructed shops and rented them out. These shops are right under a high tension wire. The funny thing is, PHED office is just seated in front of the stores. The space was initially used as a refuse site, but the indigents have cleared it and used the space to construct the store. Kenichi from Rumoba. And, if truly the PhD office is just by that side, so didn't they notice? I did not say anything about that.
That's why we said they should call. You can see a case of conspiracy and silence.
Exactly.
People that are using generator to run in their office. that are giving.
No, but it doesn't matter whether they're using generator.
How
No.
would they be able to see that? Are they even seeing that?
There's
something
only-
like that is
there-
Why
happening?
can't they see? Is the generator running their eyes?
No, if they cannot if they are using generator to run, where they are supposed to give us electricity. Is it people that are building under the high tension wire that they will see?
So even the point is that the generator runs so that their eyes can see.
They don't hear that something like that is happening, or they can't even see.
Here they can
There is
see.
smoke from the generator.
They don't
You
need.
should understand he's speaking in parable.
His parable is not making sense to me. They drive in and out of that place. They see what's going on there, and even if they're saying, "Oh, they don't have electricity flowing through those wires now," they will. It can happen any day. So why allow people to spend money and build there to have it destroyed later?
There's so much
Yeah,
noise.
yeah,
Right
sorry,
now.
I think that the supervisory agency for that may not necessarily be that PHCN office.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but have they reported at least?
They
No,
should
I'm
report.
saying you should report.
Exactly.
And since it's almost like you're there, you're seeing it happen.
They should report.
Do something about it.
Exactly.
It's okay.
I was surprised last night listening to the NNPC GM trying to shift blames to a truck driver rather than taking responsibility. This broke my heart. When will our leaders learn to take responsibility rather than shifting blames? Okay, the Casey sent that in. Annie, you people took time to analyze the problem of APC. Please prove that no Nigerian politician resigns for not getting the desired result. So Osho Baba will not be the first. Again, the issues among the political parties could be traced to the fact that the heavyweight among them have taken positions. That will make it difficult to alter. Annie, I heard there was an earth tremor in Akinimo. Is it true? AZ from Port Harcourt. I don't know, but I will find out for you. Gas explosion, the restrictions have been overlooked by the Ministry of Works and Housing, the community and intending buyers. A sane person shouldn't be told that a gas or petrol right-of-way should not be tampered with, trespassed by, and operated close to. My condolences to the families that after the explosion yesterday. We can do better. This from Captain Chijoke. Annie and Ogaima, good morning to you and your guest in the studio. I am Nyewuna Woko from Nkolo community. On Tinubu's position on Oshomele and what is happening in APC is a welcome development to the masses. Please, Annie, I'm worried about your studio because their returnees are in your studio from APC who are infected with this coronavirus in the party. Bryce Chimenem Wodi just came back from leave. Others like Professor Andrea Femini, please create a quarantine center in your studio so the virus doesn't enter other parties.
The virus was not there when I was here. So it only affected them when
I know
was
where
there.
he's talking
Annie, the
from.
APC has started again, wanting us to solve it for them. Annie, the APC should give country good governance, not what we're seeing now in their leadership. If they don't know what to do, they should call on Professor Andrew Efemini to do it and give the country good governance. Agbo from Polu community. And he says, I hear Tinubu Oshomole. Is that our own COVID-19 that is not distracting Buhari, but distracting people of Nigeria to change the narrative? All right, I've got you. Thank you so much. And then I'll take this last one here. Greetings all. Before Oshomole came, the APC was messed up in many states. Oyegun had handed Imo APC to Hope Rochas was in the trenches. Rivers APC was in the free-for-all. Amechi was underrating his opponent. Delta was turned. Kaduna was fractured. Ogun was split. There was confusion everywhere. Oshomole handed back Imo to Rochas and begged him to accommodate Hope and company. Rochas refused. Rochas wanted everything. The governorship ticket was taken from him. Oshomole handed back Rivers to Amechi and handed him the tickets. Amechi's lack of tact and knowledge of the contours wrecked Amechi's political wagon. It is true Oshomole could have descended on Abbey actions. Amechi's support for Oyegun could have been responsible for Oshomole's refusal to use the sword against Abbey. Oshomole gave the state to the accidental civil servant, but begged him to settle with senators. El-Rufai was adamant Oshomole wanted to smuggle a ticket for Sheikh Husani, but chickened out at the last minute. El-Rufai got all he wanted from Oshomole. In Zamfara, Oshomole begged Yari to let Marafen and company perch. Yari threatened fire and brimstone. Yari wanted to corner everything. Oshomole stood his ground. Zamfara won and lost. Oshomole told Amosun to let the goose and the gander flock together. Amosun wanted everything. Oshomole pulled the rug under his feet. Amosun has been mothering in motoring in since March when his wings got broken. Oshomole met trouble in many states, trouble created by the weakness of Oyegun and the aloofness of the president to party affairs. Oshomole didn't apply a uniform standard, yes. He got many right and lost some. Some of the people asking for his head today are the very people that created the problems. Some others are people who he helped but couldn't help themselves. Some others are folks who have eyes on 2023 and see him as an obstacle that must be uprooted. In conclusion, the South-South geopolitical zone of the National Executive Committee members, blah, blah, blah. This is from Emi Fiahaga. Says majority of the APC governors are behind Oshomole, who then will remove the comrade. But we'll find out eventually. Maybe the courts will remove him, maybe not. We've got to go. Let's wrap up on this. Here, let me start with Wodi Chimenem.
Yeah, I think most as Nigerians, we must learn how to prevent rather than cure. The reason is that the gas explosion in Lagos, this is not the first time it has happened. It goes to show the level of negligence that is so appended, associated with federal government and its ties. I think I was